fucking YouTuber of all time, Dr. Applesauce Hits. We're back with another one. And we're going to talk about The Matrix. The Matrix of life. Is there any escaping the Matrix of life? Is it possible? Can you escape the Matrix of life? That's what we're going to discuss today. The power of the Matrix. An impossible thing, what seems to be an impossible thing to escape for almost everyone. Sadly, 90% of people will not escape the Matrix, no matter how hard they try. The Matrix is a hellscape built out of, never-ending wage slavery, never-ending debt, never-ending torture, never-ending pain until you die. Most likely, it will be broken down into two sections. The sections that make it and the sections that don't. And 90% of people are the sections that don't. They work very hard. A lot of them even try very hard. And they just cannot escape it. There is almost no escaping the Matrix. You end up either, and it's crazy because the Matrix is promoted as this beautiful thing, of you get your own nice house, your own car, your own girlfriend, your own wife, your own kids. Such a beautiful thing, such a beautiful thing. And I'm here to tell you that all those things are what keeps you deeper stuck in the Matrix. The first house you get, you get deeper into the Matrix. The first girlfriends you get stuck deeper and deeper in the Matrix with no chance of escaping it. You get all three, the car, the house, the girlfriend, it's tougher to dig yourself out of that Matrix. Then when it all finally caves to dust, you're stuck in that deeper hole of a Matrix that you can't get out of. And it's getting harder and harder to break that mold of what we consider escaping the Matrix. There is almost no escaping it at any level. I mean, even when you hit the millionaire status of the successful Matrix slave, you still really don't get to escape it, you still have to live somewhere. You don't have to have a car, but you still genuinely need a car. You still genuinely need a house. You can get by without the girlfriend part, but still, it's very, very tough. It's almost impossible to escape it. That these corporations have made this giant, unbeatable slave matrix that no one can escape, and we're all victim to. There is no escaping it. I mean, you can work all you want. You work for the next 30, 40 years. You still won't escape it. You still will have a social security number in the Matrix. You still will have a slave number. You still will have, some entity watching over what you do, making sure you pay your taxes, making sure you pay this bill, pay that bill. There is no escaping it unless you can convince enough people And the problem with that is you want to convince enough people, but they have their own selfish needs in the Matrix. They have their own, that's understandable. We all, I'm not going to say someone should just give up their life to join a crazy cause or anything like that, but we've reached a point where it almost needs to happen. That the Matrix is just unbeatable. It really is. It's almost unbeatable. Because enough people are willing to go along with the sheep mentality and to continue in this madness. And it's a sad sight to see that there is almost no escaping the Matrix for anyone. Hell, even Andrew Tate. Let's look at him for a second since we're talking about the Matrix. Even that guy can't escape the Matrix. Hell, they arrested his ass. Regardless of what your beliefs are. At any wealth level, it is almost impossible to escape the Matrix. But the only way to do it is enough people getting together to bring it down. And that is very difficult. But we live in a world that has completely ravaged us, and made it so it's a slave system that it's impossible to escape, Most people are clamoring for their first 10K. I mean, really, most people literally are. I mean, and they're a lot of people that defend this system are clamoring for their first $10,000. Like, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. It's like, why are you defending this system? Why would you defend a system that has left you broken? Why would you defend it? I can understand if you're a trillionaire defending the system, you're at the top of the hierarchy. Of course you're going to defend it. But I'm talking about the rest of you, the other 99%. Why would you defend it? Most of you don't even have a house. Most people don't have a fucking house, man. Not like criticizing anyone in any way, because this system is totally fucked. It just shows how fucked this system is, not how fucked you are. A lot of you people are very hardworking people out there. Like myself, like we all have worked hard. And the system is still shit. Because it keeps you in this slave-like state where, at first it starts you out dreaming of like, oh, you need to get a wife and a girlfriend and a house. And then once you've done all that, and then you're kind of like sick of it, and you're on to that next thing is like where the Matrix really gets kind of afraid of you because they don't know what you're going to do next. That like, getting in another relationship's bullshit. Investing into a relationship's completely pointless. Investing into real estate is kind of like, man, unless you're flipping it. That you're really, your bigger goal is really to just end the system so no one has to deal with it. And no one has to be born into it and suffer. Like, that's when the Matrix gets afraid of you. Is when, they know, when you realize the gig is up, that you hate this system. Now, granted, they know there's not much anyone can do, but it's still a message out there that they've betrayed you, and I feel like everyone needs to hear this. They've sold you out, they've sold you out to living in a prison that you cannot escape. It is around you everywhere, and you just cannot escape it. They've, poisoned your waters. They put smart meters on the sides of your houses. They've chemtrailed your asses. And they leave you poor. But yet you still serve them. Loyally. Every day. 9 to 5. This world's a cruel place. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We're out.